Yo, what up, Asheville? It's your boy Convenience, and welcome back to The Visionary. On this episode, I'm going to be interviewing Blaze 3. What up, Blaze?
What's going on?
So, first of all, tell me, where was you born and raised at?
I was born here in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
I was conceived over in South Asheville in Livingston Apartments, and I was raised in the Shiloh community.
Okay. So, I was, funny that you bring that up this early. I was actually going to ask you about, like, where your name originated from, and, like, I seen you had done an interview, and you talked about that, and it was, like, from the Shiloh area. Can you, like, explain to us about that?
It really just it originated just from being out and of course I smoke weed. And I don't know, it just kind of stuck. And the guy that picked me up with the label I'm with now, which is Pumpkinhead Entertainment, when he originally met me, I was just Blaze. Mm-hmm. And then he was like, we got to find something to set you aside from everybody else and give you something that you can put an LLC on and kind of take ownership of. And so he was like, what sticks close to your heart? And I kind of went spiritual with the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I felt like, that's close to me. So I added the 3 onto it, and that's where I got Blaze 3. Okay.
That's actually, like, really dope. So, tell us, like, a little bit more about that label that you're in.
The label started from an old friend who passed away some years ago in a shooting that happened down at the pub in Asheville off of Patton Avenue. Very tragic moment. The guys that originated the label is Ernest Robbs, better known as Pee Wee, and Ilski, which is better known as Demetrius Jones, who also is getting ready to come out with a talk show, and is getting ready to be airing pretty soon. So stay locked for that. But it originated from those 2 guys. They had artists back then. There was a lot of music that was made, very little that was actually put out. And then they started gaining new artists along the time that a couple of people were incarcerated, and I was one of the artists that they picked up.
Okay. So how long have you known them?
Well, they've known me since I was little. I've only known them now, I can probably say since 2008. I've known Ilski. And Pee Wee, I've just known kind of being around, but I didn't really get the chance to know who he was until he got out of prison in, I want to say, 2011, 12.
Okay. So let's take it back to your childhood. What was your a typical day like in your childhood?
Typical day for me was just hanging out by myself. I somewhat stayed to myself. I was never really a person to be around a lot of people. I was always into music, so I started writing at an early age. I started writing when I was 8. I started making beats when I was about 10 or 11, and I mean that was pretty much it.
So, what was your early music taste like as a kid then?
Well, my mom started me out in gospel music, so I started singing in the choir. But as I began to actually develop my own taste for music, I was listening to Mystical, Bone Thugs and Harmony, James Brown, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was actually my first greatest artist.
Yeah.
I'm still a huge Michael Jackson fan, and will be until the day I die.
Facts. Rest in peace. So, basically, you started rapping at the age of 13, right? Tell me about that.
I started out rapping with a group called The Faces of God, which was a gospel group. Consists of me, Brandon Wise, better known as B Wise, and another guy by the name of Chris Smith, who was actually the orchestrator of the group. He brought us together, better known at that time as Flavor. So, we started, doing some things together, and I kind of branched off from that and started doing secular music with a group called Frontline, which was pretty much a consistent group of me, a guy named Philo, and a guy named T, and a guy named Don Dada. So we started doing some music together, and that's when I really started to develop the early stages of what it was to be a true artist.
Okay, so when you started making like music, were you did you start freestyling, or were you like recording and then started like that?
I started. Well, I was always a writer, so I wrote a lot of my music. And actually, it was with them guys that I really started to understand what it was to write a solid, meaningful verse.
Okay.
And then, of course, I got with Terry Letman, which is a really strong music icon in the city of Asheville, and he was one of the people that really helped me to bring my character out as an artist.
Okay. So, with that being said, what about distributing music? How did you distribute music at that age?
I went downtown and passed out CDs after I would download a few songs. I sold a lot of CDs downtown Asheville.
Damn, for real? So tell us about, what was a busy day like selling CDs?
I get up in the morning. I would probably head downtown around busy hours, which would be between about 3:30 in the afternoon until about maybe 6:37 in the evenings, which was the busy hour because a lot of people were getting off from work and just kind of browsing downtown. And man, I would just hit the ground running.
Damn. Yeah, that's actually dope. I don't even think I've interviewed anybody yet that's done that just like hand out CDs,
Most definitely. That's always the first step.
Facts. So, when did you first start connecting with like other people and like with your music?
Just during shows, doing a lot of networking. People really starting to realize and understand who I was as an artist. Seeing what my artistry really was, and people just automatically wanted to connect and do music with me.
Oh yeah. So, tell me about the shows that you performed at. Which one was your favorite?
Oh man, I did one in Anderson, South Carolina for I can't even remember the name of the band, but it was an older band, and that was huge. That was probably one of my biggest shows. Just did one not too long ago with Mystical, which was one of my favorite artists, and that was a huge turn up. A lot of people was there. Did one with Genuine. Naming a few of like my favorite shows, and I'd have to say those were it.
Hell yeah. So what age did you do your first show at?
My first show I was 13.
Oh, okay, damn. So you was 13 doing a show.
Yeah, I was 13 when I first started doing shows.
Damn. So tell me about your first music video.
My first music video, it was kind of really low budget, but it was really a first for me and the person that shot the video. His name was John Farmer. He had really just got into videography and learning the ins and outs of what it was to shoot a video. So it was really just us kind of testing the waters and seeing what was what, and it came out pretty decent. I mean, not really one of my most favorite videos, but it still came out pretty decent.
Shit, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Exactly,
so.
Exactly.
So with that being said, tell me about working with Terry from Lifted Empire.
He is an awesome guy.
I've been actually trying to get an interview with him, to be honest.
It won't be too hard. He stays busy. I can tell you that for sure.
Yeah,
he's
most
up
definitely.
Wee hours of the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. He's working. But for the most part, he's an awesome guy. Very good at what he does. He's got an eye for detail. He'll give you exactly what your vision is. But he's looking for more artists who are visionaries, who have a vision for what it is they're wanting to portray on film. Everything that I have given him, he's taken and turned into magic.
Exactly. Yeah, I've before I came up with these questions, I was like taking a look at some of your music videos and shit, and like I feel like my favorite ones are from him. Like I just feel like he just has like he's just smooth with the camera, you know.
Most definitely.
Yes. So basically, talk about your collabs and like the people that you've done songs with.
I've done quite a few collabs with different people. Most have been on my record label. I did one early on when I was 16 with a girl by the name of Ashley Griffin. And now she has a very huge distribution deal with Sony.
Oh shit!
Did some music for Being Mary Jane, that sitcom, which was very huge for her. I was very proud of her for that. And I'm actually trying to get another feature from her. I have also done music with Anthony Hamilton. 16, 17 years old, I was brought into the studio with Anthony Hamilton. None of those songs were ever put out, but I mean, you know, just to be blessed with the grace of being in the studio with that man was a huge learning experience.
Hell yeah. So like, is he ever gonna like release some, or is they just in the vault forever?
Probably not at this point. It'll probably just be in the vault, you know. But like I said, it was just the experience that counted.
Yeah, bro. Not too many people get to fucking do that shit, you know? And especially, like, sometimes you gotta take it as, like, a learning experience, and you gotta, like, basically learn from, like, people that are greater than you, you know?
Most definitely.
Like, learn from them and improve.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So, with that being said, do you have any new music?
I've got, I'm actually working on my album by the name of Now or Never. I'll probably be taking a lot of the music or a few songs from my mixtape, The Truth. I just finished a video that Terry is now working on by the name of Six World. So everybody be looking for that. That's going to be a huge drop.
Look out for that.
Most definitely. It's going to be a huge drop. I'm really excited about it. Looking into doing some small films with videos, kind of implementing some of the ideas of Michael Jackson with the small scripted video movies that turned into video scenes.
Oh yeah, it's actually great that you brought that up, because I know this like one videographer. He does basically what you were talking about, and he's located in like Charlotte, but yeah, he just be doing like a bunch of those like scripted music videos. And I fuck with him.
Most definitely.
I'll definitely like send you his like IG.
Oh yeah, I'll network all day.
Facts. So, with that being said, any new music videos come with those new songs?
Well, the Sixth World, I'm actually getting ready to start shooting one that is called Life's Convictions. Another one by the name of Three Drinks, which is very huge down in Greenville, South Carolina.
Three Drinks, yes, sir.
So Three Drinks is out there, and I'm probably getting ready to shoot a video for it. And then I got another one called Smoke, Drink, Fuck. And that is for, you know, couples that, you know, hey, you know, when they vibe out, that's pretty much the action that take place.
Facts. Honestly, I'm actually glad you're one of those like artists that fucking are different with their style, you know, and you can like diverse from that. So
most definitely.
I fuck with that. So, do you have any new collabs, like any new people that you want to work with, or any like people that you've worked with that you have more projects with?
Right now, I don't have anybody that, you know, I want to do more work with that I've already worked with. If it happens, it happens. But what I'm looking to do is work with those who I haven't worked with yet. I have one song that I haven't released yet by me and featuring Domino Slime.
Hell yeah.
I've